Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another thrifting adventure. If you are new here, welcome. Hopefully you are in for mid-century fun, really hoping to find mushrooms and owls. I'm so into mushrooms and owls right now. But anyway, looking for all of the mid-century treasures, maybe some boho, eclectic, a little weird, a lot of fun. Um, my last trip, I found a really amazing vintage Couroc. I would not be mad if I found another one of those today. But it's beautiful outside, so I'm hoping for a really successful thrift trip. Oh, and speaking of awesome things, I went to see my husband and my son went to see my in-laws this weekend in Des Moines, and my mother-in-law, yeah, there's Joshua, is doing Swedish death cleaning. Have you guys heard about that? She's not dying. But I don't know if you've heard about that, but I think the idea behind it, I might be wrong, is like to clean things out, getting things organized, and giving things to people that you plan on giving to them Sunday, like that type of thing, like doing it now. I think it's an interesting idea. Even though I'm a collector, I'm also always for people simplifying, keeping your life simpler. Um, I mean, is that a little hypocritical? I'm quite the maximalist. But I'm supportive of other people doing it. Anyway, so she gave me quite a few things, some things for us to keep, some things to sell, and I cannot wait. She gave me like one of my dream items I didn't even know she had. I'm so excited. So stay tuned to the end. I'll do a whole haul at the end of everything that I get today, plus the stuff that my sweet mother-in-law gave me. But we're going to be starting off first at New Life, which is in Bellevue, it's a suburb just outside of Omaha. Let's go. Kind of an interesting, like framed $3. Oh, it's a setup too, but they're exactly the same. Huh, where are they from? Oh, they're from Walmart. Funny. This is so pretty. It's a little bit wonky. It looks like it's missing a piece. $13. Really, really pretty. I'm not going to get it, so somebody else should come snatch it up. So I actually haven't been here for 2 weeks, which is not the norm for me. Normally I come to New Life at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. Oh, this is kind of a fun sign. Old dolls. I kind of love that. Oh, was at Goodwill at some point, 98 cents. Super fun. Actually kind of like this mirror too. Grandmother and love differ only in name, for the happiness they bring is one and the same. Oh, that's so cute. Adorable. 35 cents. These are kind of pretty illustrations. The matting is pretty too. Oh yeah, I really like that. $2. And you know what's funny is I normally hate matting, but I love these prints. I don't know this artist. Carmen. I can't quite make out the last name. It was framed really nicely too, professionally framed. It's kind of at my max size. You know, you guys know I don't like to do anything that's bigger than 18 inches. So I think I would be okay with this. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the cart. These are actually kind of neat. They're like manufactured art. It looks like maybe like Klimt, but I don't know. Is it like manufactured art just made to look like Gustav Klimt maybe? In case you guys have never been here, this thrift store is basically like huge, giant, old supermarket buildings. This is my favorite side. This like long tchotchke wall goes on forever, and boy, is it full today. This is very cool. $7. Is it a candle holder and a bell? I think that's what I'm saying. Is that what you guys are saying? I think the price might be a little bit high. And I'm not quite sure what it's made out of. My guess is brass, but it's tarnished in a way that, test it with the magnet. So it could be brass. The way it's tarnished makes me think of silver plate. Seeing anything, $7. I think I'm gonna pass for today. Is that a mistake? Would you guys have gotten it? What on earth is this? I feel like what on earth is this should be could be a new segment in my videos. $1.75. I have no idea what that is for. So if any of you know, satisfy all of our curiosity and comment it down below. This is interesting. Somebody made this, right? I see, actually watch videos of people doing this kind of thing on Instagram. Ooh, this is neat. Japanese lacquerware. I don't know if I've ever seen a lacquerware book. Is it like an address book? Oh, it is. Oh, and it was never used. That is so pretty. Yeah, let's put that in the cart. She is so darling. Look at her little face. So cute. Lefton's $4.74. I'm not really seeing any chips. She's so cute. Is she worth $4.74? What do you guys think? I think she's pretty darling, and I'm not seeing any chips, so I think I'm gonna put her in the cart. These are interesting. Are these like from a fairy tale that I just don't know? It's got a sleepy guy, a sleepy lady, and a moon. So let's say $8.75. I can't quite make out the price. It's like hobbyist, like super breakable. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Ooh, are you reproductions or are you actually old? I think they're actually old. They feel old. $3.75 for two. Oh, those are fabulous. Yeah, I'm gonna put those in the cart. Look how old the felt is. That's always a good sign. Is this one of those like brass music boxes of an outhouse? It is. Let's see. Check and see if it works. Oh, yep, it works. It's playing music. That is so funny that it's an outhouse. Can we see inside of it? It has a little guy in there. Oh, and the music is tied to the door. See how it's opening? It's so funny. That is hilarious. I think that's a gotta get. I don't know if you guys can hear the music. I have to edit out the background music because of copyright issues. These are so pretty. I just saw them out of the corner. I think they're for candles, right? I mean, maybe not. The price has been worn off. That's a bummer. I mean, they would reprice it here. It's not a big issue. I'm not going to get them because clear glass things don't sell for me. I wish they did. But really pretty and unusual. What is going on here? It has like coasters. Or maybe it just has coasters that go with it. Maybe they're not supposed to go inside. It's very pretty, very pretty. Trinket box things, though I have quite a few for sale already. So I told myself today when I was giving myself my little pep talk about what to look for, what not to look for, I was like, okay, take a break on trinket boxes, Jade, but that one's really unusual. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it. Oh, this is a cool table. I don't know that it's actually that old. I mean, maybe it is. The chrome finish looks pretty shiny to me, but it's only $15. I don't need it, but I thought it was definitely worth showing you guys. And if you guys are new here, I don't resell furniture. I used to on like Facebook Marketplace, you know, locally. But it's just too much of a headache. Like I got to the point where I thought, you know what? I don't want to lose my joy in reselling. So no more furniture, no more giant dish sets, no more glass sets too. This is really pretty. Quartz. Is it upside down? Wait, what? Do you see that? That the clock itself is upside down? I wonder if that could be fixed though. Feels like crystal to me. Even though in my experience, something being crystal does not necessarily weigh up the value. But the one clear glass thing that has sold for me fairly consistently is still clocks. But this is so like regal, right? It's very like Art Nouveau. I wonder if I could fix the clock so it's going the right way up. I think I'm going to Google it. Okay, so it is crystal, but it doesn't have much of a value. There wouldn't be a whole lot of room, enough in the margins to make it worthwhile. I still think it's really pretty though, don't you guys? Yeah. I absolutely love this. I don't have a use for it. I think it's two separate pieces. Look at those handles. Are those not amazing? Ugh. We're not really on the hunt for ourselves personally for very much furniture. Oh, somebody's got it. The bottom part of the tag is gone. Well, good for you. $40 a piece. Somebody snatched it up. Boy, did they get a good deal. But I am on the hunt for like a credenza entertainment center, and I have been for years, actually. We have one that we're using, but I want something, I want like mid-century, you know, I'm looking for my dream credenza entertainment center. But not really needing furniture has never stopped me from looking, that's for sure. I actually kind of like these chairs. They're new. They're not old. They only want $80 for the set, though. I don't love that kind of like industrial gray color, but I'm sure they could be painted. Oh, I like this little ottoman. $13. Isn't that cute? Wow, this one's still in the box. These, the value is never like amazing, but I think they're so cool. I already have one of my own at home. $2.75, but I just love that there was a time that people would store this, right? in their basements or wherever and keep it in their box until they were ready to use that. I just love that. And I love it, especially when I find the things with the box. Ooh, this is gorgeous. I have not sold, but listed for sale this pattern before, this depression glass. Wow, this one's beautiful. It never sold. I don't know if this kind of depression glass is maybe not as popular anymore. $7. Wow, this one is in really good shape. This might be a reproduction though. I'm looking for like the telltale signs, you know, the seams from depression glass, the pressed glass. And I'm not seeing them, so I wonder if this is a reproduction of the other ones I had. My favorite little metal section. I found so many cute things in here. Nothing is jumping out at me. I wish this kind of thing, I think I mentioned this in my last video. This old like stamped Korean and Japanese, $7. And the stainless steel, that it was valuable. Now, if this was a cutlery set, a flatware set, it would be very valuable if they had the whole thing. But this kind of thing I've tried selling before, and it doesn't really sell for me. Is it selling for you guys? Ooh, what are you? You guys know I'm powerless to keep trivet. First the toast, then the roast. Happy hostess, happy most. Well, that's adorable. It's incredibly filthy. But that doesn't always stop me. I think I might have to add this, guys. I might have to get it. Oh, Marie. Oh, cute. Aristocats. There's 3 for $2.75. I think I might pass on that. There. Okay, guys, now I'm over by their like antique valuable section where things are back behind a little gate here, so you have to be asked to let in. So I like to look at things really closely before I waste somebody else's time. But these I can see the price on. They're too expensive for me now. But this little mini band of little critters is $40. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I super want that. This is also super duper cool. This buffalo carved out of wood. Oh, sorry. It looked like I was pointing over here. I'm not. I'm pointing here. These little ceramic flowers, also gorgeous. $50. I think a little too expensive for me now. I also love the little girl with the umbrella. Oh, cute. Okay, I'm going to try to zoom in for you guys to see this, like, diorama. Oh, wow. So I have sold the smaller versions of that before. I don't think I can say... No, the price tag's on the top. I'm not going to be able to zoom in. But that is incredible. I've never seen anything like that. I also am really want to know about this. Oh, let's see if I get my finger on the camera. That jar up there, it looks like it's hand-painted. And the ram bookends have been here for a little while. So I wonder if they've been marked down yet. Okay, so I didn't get to film while I was back in the little antique-y area. I got to talking. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't get to film. I just didn't film. Because I got to talking to the owner who let me in. But oh, wow, somebody's bass is so loud. Is that coming through on my mic? Anyway, the giant like cork diorama, the Asian one, was $75, which I think is a fair price for that. I've never seen anything like that. The ram head bookends were down to $20, and I didn't get them, and now I'm like kind of regretting it. The beautiful hand painted, I don't know if it was a cookie jar or if it was like a really big ginger jar. Do you know the one? Anyway, it was $50, so I decided to wait on all of it. The thing I'm most interested in, it's the base. It's killing my... Oh, did it stop? The thing I'm most interested in were the little band, the little animals in the band that were $40. So we'll see if that gets marked down. Anywho, so now we are at my favorite thrift store in all of Omaha, Forever Yesterday. They just posted they got some new stock in, so let's go see what they have. Oh, she's pretty. Do I dare take her down? Isn't she pretty? Sankyo ballerina, $15. Oh, she's like a music box. I think she's maybe like poly resin. So pretty. I absolutely love this box. I don't even know what's in here. Shopco, $24.99 for $3.99. Oh, it's a baby. Oh, she's like a porcelain baby. Fancy. What a pretty box. I'm not a doll collector and I know nothing about dolls, but that seems like a good price to me. This box is fabulous. Oh, I like this. I see this ice bucket pretty often, but I've never seen it in a holder. Have you guys? Ice buckets don't sell for me. I wish they did. And I have learned $9. Not to just buy things just because I love them. I mean, I guess I should say, I only buy things that I really love. I don't buy things just based on value or how much I can make off of them. But I'm also not going to buy something just because I love it. Does that make sense? Like, I need to be able to do both things. I need to be able to love it and for it to sell. These little guys are so cute. They actually, oh my gosh, this one. They had this similar, very similar to hand-me-ups, which is actually where we're going next, by the way. This one is so cute. And they had one looking through a, like, magnifying lens, and I regretted not getting it because they're not, like, exactly my thing, even though, I mean, how cute is that? This one, also adorable. Holding a little mirror, little mouse. I mean, stop, that's so cute. Ooh, look at that beauty. I have never, oh, it's broken. I bet you I could make some sort of piece for it. Oh, I love this one. Look at that. That's really pretty. Ooh, $10. That one has a nice sound. So pretty, $10. I don't think I've won another project. I would be very tempted by this one, though. Ooh, like a lusterware wall pocket, wall vase. That's gorgeous. I've sold a really similar one before, $12.99. Just these kinds of things make me nervous because they break so easily. Man, but if it's here for their next sale, if you guys don't know, periodically, Forever Yesterday will have like a 50% off, 30% off the entire store. So if it's still here for that, I'll snatch it then. Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys know I love vintage cross stitch, but why is this here? That makes me so sad. Oh, but $3, it's a good deal. I mean, I just was talking about this, but it always makes me sad when there's real pictures in the frame. This frame is incredible. I'm not going to get it today, $13. That's incredible, though. That frame's gorgeous. Ooh. Ooh. Is this like home co, maybe? That's fabulous. $10 makes it. Can't quite make it out. Those are adorable. This kind of thing usually sells pretty quickly for me. I think I might, though, wait for the sale on those unless somebody else comes and gets them. And if somebody else came and got them, that would be just fine with me. I like that frame. These are kind of cool, too. They're like poly resin. $10. Those are really cool. Ooh, I like both of these. This one's very, very lightweight, but I don't think it's actually that old. Oh, and that's got quite a few scuffs. $4. This is a sweet little candle holder. All by its lonesome. It's definitely in the wrong section. And they're really good about putting things where they belong here, which I love how organized it is. Go move that so it can be with its brass friends. Wow, is this actually marble for $13? Yes. Oh, it's got a crack. It looks like it's been fixed there. That's why it's only $13. Wow, that is gorgeous. What's this over here? What are you, adorable little stand? $1? I don't know what it's for, but I can definitely find a use for that in my house. Cute, cute, cute. If one of you knows what this is supposed to be used for, please leave it down in the comments. Adorable. Wow, look at these cowbells. These are cowbells, right? I don't know anything. Oh, it doesn't have its little ringer part. I don't know anything about cowbells. They're really cool. $4. I like that one too. Ooh. Ooh, that one's really neat. Copper. The black strap. Man, I don't know anything about them. I think I'm going to leave them behind. Oh, I like this little guy. Little pressed flowers. $6. Having deja vu. Have I picked this up before? Oh, I love those patterns. It's old. I can't quite make who. It's Arabia, Finland. Yeah, guys, so for 99 cents, I'm buying this 1,000%. It might be missing a part. It might have had a lid, but I think it's worth getting even without the lid. I'm pretty sure that's what that says. Arabia, Finland, I think. It's worth the risk. This is neat. Really cool. Made in Japan, 15. Very, very cool. Neat. Oh, wow. That's really cool. Bimo Kurdo, handmade in Indonesia, 17. Really pretty. Back where it belongs. See how much better that looks? This is neat. I think this is the base for a bigger candle holder. Yeah, and this is where it would screw on. I've never seen one taken apart before like that. That's weird. Wonder what happened to the rest of it. I mean, I know this says pepper, but what language is that? Because that's definitely not how we spell it here. Oh, the salt's gone. Those are cute. $4.99. Oh, I really like these bowls. I've sold really similar ones in copper before. Those are so neat. $6 for the small. Ooh, look at that. That looks like a crab claw. $7. That is so cool. It's very like Greek looking, right? $9. That is so neat. I don't know that I've ever seen anything quite like it, like exactly like it. You know what I mean? Oh, I love that. What a fabulous little vase. I wish silver was more popular. Isn't this amazing? I think I have to get it. I love it. Ooh, this is an interesting poster. Look at that. It's got like wood inlay. I've never seen ones like those. Let's see what the other ones. Oh, are you $10 for the set? Because that would definitely be doable for all 5. Aren't those neat? I wonder if they would be hard to clean up. Even though coaster sets I can only sell for like 25 maybe. So maybe I should leave it behind or wait for the next sale. Oh, here's some more pieces that match. I think, do they match this? Oh, I guess not exactly. Just similar. Aren't those pretty together? $9. It's a shame that silver, I mean, I know I've already been talking about this, that silver's not more popular because some of the best mid-century shapes I'll find in silver. These guys are cool. Are those like individual ashtrays maybe? Speaking of fabulous mid-century shapes, that is so cool. $8. Perleton. I might Google this one. Yeah, I'm gonna Google it. Okay, it's Perleton of Norway. I feel like there are room in the margins. They were selling for like $28.30 online, but there are so many for sale online that I feel like it's flooded almost, the market is. So I think I'm gonna leave this one behind. But if it's here during the 50% off sale, how many times have I said that today? If it's here, I'm gonna snatch it up then. Love this little guy. Oh wow, 15. Oh, you guys know I love these brass and glass little cases. I've never seen one quite like this either. I don't know if there would be enough room in the margins to get it for resale. Do I want it for myself? I feel like out of every thrift store I go to, this is the thrift store where I keep the most for myself, which is why I know it's my favorite. I think I'm gonna pass. Be good. I'm gonna be good. What an unusual little lamp. It's almost like a skirt. I wonder if there was, it's only $4. I wonder if there was more to do with the shade. I wonder what it would look like with a shade. Because I kind of like it just by itself. Isn't that unusual? $4. Wow, that seems cheap. Tamra Bay Mold Company. I think I might pass. This might be my favorite section of their store. Oh, look at that. That like carved wood. That's incredible. I don't know if I can reach it. I'm not short, you guys. This is kind of cute. I love all the critter stuff. $5. Little horses. Horse things sell great for me. How cute. She's so darling. Oh, I like this little kitty. That one is so cute. 99 cents. Oh, another little mouse. Those are so, oh, this is beautiful. I don't know that, oh, Lennox. Wow, that's really pretty. I don't know that it belongs right here. I would go put it where it belongs, but I don't know where that one actually would go. This is cute. Get well soon. Little planter. Ooh. Ooh. Hey. $13. Those were really cute. They need to be cleaned up. Oh, cute little owl. I'm not going to get this because every time I get them, I break them. I'm not kidding you. I think I've bought 3 and I broken each one. Little DeGrazia magnets. Did someone make those? Those are adorable. They're not marked. Could go up and ask. Nah, they're adorable though. Like this. It's like a little hanging candle holder. $10 brass. Yeah, I like that very much. This is pretty. I feel like, was this an oil lamp that somebody turned into a candle holder? Super pretty, $4. Sometimes it's so hard. I know that if you guys are resellers, you have to deal with this too. Like, I'm planning on going to 2 more thrift stores. It's not something I really talk about, even though we probably should, but I have a budget, right? Sometimes it's so hard to know in the moment what to get, what to leave behind. Doing my Potosi scan. If you guys watch my videos, you know I'm not like an expert for sure on pottery. Usually when I buy pottery, I just buy based on feel or, you know, what I think is beautiful. Man, they have a ton right now. They just had, was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago now? Week and a half? Their last 50% off sale. Ooh, Francoma. $10. That's a good price. Now, Francoma, I know. Does that count as knowing something about pottery? Anyway, so they just had their sale, and I feel like they've really, like, restocked. Lots of new things. Oh, this is beautiful. $40. I have been watching videos on how to identify like beautiful, you know, like real Italian glass, Murano glass. And I have to admit to you guys, I think I feel more confused now than when I started. But I've been trying to watch, you know, Dr. Lori, people I really respect. That's pretty. $5. Dr. Lori, I was just watching one of her videos, like one of her short videos, not even a long one, explaining the difference between milk glass and just white glass, which was actually really informative. But I find Dr. Lori to almost always be informative. I love how she just cuts to the chase, right? It's not a lot of filler. Pretty. Ooh la la. Allah. Onion soup. I mean, it starts with onion sauteing, so that's always a good recipe. These guys are fun. Are they like bookends for like cookbooks maybe? Let's see the price, $20. Oh, they're so cute. You think they're cute? Yoshi and I said it at the same time. We both think it's adorable. This is beautiful. Look at that. Japanese for sure, right? $10. Man, I wish teapots sold. I think this is so unusual and pretty. I mean, it's definitely just decorative. Love that. Oh, wow. Look at that cute but disturbing face. Oh, that's too bad. I loved how the smokestack was on the lid. Not part of the actual base, you know, the train. Oh, I love these glasses. I don't need them though. $7. Oh, those are fabulous. Ooh. Little plastic butter dish. That's cute. $5. Man, I never see these anymore. It's definitely worth $5. Trying to think. There's a buyer for it. Do I feel like waiting? My shelves are so full. There are just some things that I'm used to now. What is going to sell really quickly? What are going to be things that are going to take somebody who's actually a collector who's looking for that specific item? And right now I'm trying not to buy a lot of those types of things, you know, that aren't going to sell really fast. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it behind. This is fabulous. Wow, that's a great price, $5. I actually had a vintage one that was similar to this when my husband worked from home, because these don't have like an off timer. At least I don't remember it having that. Anyway, so you had to be home because you could burn your whole house down, right, if you accidentally left it on. But eventually, I bought a fancy schmancy espresso maker, so we got rid of it. But I feel like I paid $40 for mine online. I'm not going to get it. I don't want to resell like like small appliances like this. So somebody else, come snatch it up, sell it, keep it for yourself. Ooh, I love this. David Allgood signed is what it says. Gorgeous. A little too big for me to get to ship. $60. Oh, that is so cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You know, I'm up the front of the store, kind of where they keep like their fancier like more valuable things. I like to warn you guys just so you don't get like sticker shock. But I also like saving this part of the store. So I try, this is going to sound so silly, but when I walk in, I try not to look at any of it and save it for the very end, because this tends to be where I get the most things for myself for my own home. Jewelry box is so neat. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. $40. What a great price. I love this little apple. Paperweight. Oh, it says New York. $17. These are beautiful bookends. Look at those. That is gorgeous. Oh, wow, $10. That seems like a great price. $10 a piece? Yeah. Okay, I take back what I said earlier. This is my favorite part of the store. This one specific little, the fancy tchotchke section. I absolutely love it. Look at this little trinket dish. Oh my word, how cute. $10. Silver plated. Is this a bell? Yeah. $10. Oh, I love this. That color is gorgeous. $14.99. This is beautiful. Oh, cute. Is this a doorstop? Do you even know? Or is it a boot thing? Like to scrape your boots on? $40. It's cast iron. These are neat. Are these like seeds from a tree? That is so cool. $6. Poly quartz. Handmade in Canada. Maybe they're maple trees then, if it's from Canada. That is really neat. This is so darling. Look at him peeking out. That is so darling. Let's see if I can pick him up. 15. Oh, this is fabulous. All of these mid-century cheese dips always have Worcester. How do you guys say that where you live? Ooh, Francoma, this is gorgeous. Look at the color. Ooh, no chips. Oh, wow, that's heavy. 15? Wow, that's a great deal. Careful, careful, Jade. Hello, gorgeous. Look at this inlay jewelry box, if I can reach it. $40. Oh, Mom. This is making me think of the inlay box I saw at another thrift store a couple weeks back. I think I told you guys about it. It was in a case, and it wasn't a thrift store I go to all the time, but it was in a case. I had them like take it out so I could look at it. It was like half this size, very similar style though. $100. These are neat. Trixie Belvin and the Red Trailer Mystery, $2.99. Ooh, these are pretty. That's so pretty, not especially old, but what a beautiful color. MyEvergreen.com, I've never even heard of that. $6. This is so cool. I can't quite see the price. $30. On the other side, that is so neat. This is like their fancier, you know, Spencier case. But cue the Laura Caldwell music. $15. What's funny is I don't know that I've ever actually even seen one of these in a thrift store before. Oh, these are so pretty. Look at that. Oh, that plate is gorgeous. $12.99. GV. I don't know what GV stands for. Do you guys? So beautiful. So I have to share with you guys, on the way here, Yoshi and I, in between thrift stores, listen to kids' music on Spotify. And so we don't always know what the next song is going to be. And they were playing this song. The line was, a peanut sitting on a railroad track. His heart was all aflutter. Along came a train around the track. No, around the something, whatever. Uh-oh, peanut butter. And Yoshi was just saying, he was like, add this to my playlist. He loved it, right? And then, but when we got inside here, he's like, that song is horrible. It's about murder. And I said, I thought you said you wanted me to add it to your playlist. And he's like, oh yeah, I love it. But it's about murder. This is pretty. $5.49. That seems like a good price. Wow, that's really beautiful. Does it have chips? Why is it only $5.49? The colors are gorgeous, aren't they? I think I'll put that in the cart. So we hopped on over to the Goodwill across the street. because that Hand Me Ups closes at 4 o'clock. I forgot about that. So I kind of just rushed through the rest of the store. But I did find a couple more things. So stay tuned to the end. I'll show you what I got. They just brought out some put away buggies. Oh, I'm not seeing anything right off the bat. Looks like mostly newer. I mean, not that that's always a problem. Oh, these are kind of cool. Shadow boxes. Oh, that's a cute one. I don't need that, but $4, what a great price. I had a very expensive casserole dish break one time when I was shipping it, so ever since then I've been like too afraid to try shipping it. So I just ran into a reselling friend, and she was going to buy this for me. It's George Briard, and she knows I collect George Briard. And she was like, I was going to put in my cart till we ran into each other again. Is that not the sweetest thing? And I don't have this little plate. I'm so excited. Yours, my faith in resellers. This is really pretty. I really like that. $4. I don't know that it's very old. Oh, made in India. Oh, it's super duper pretty. Yeah, I think I'm going to get that. I know this is neither old nor valuable. I had a feeling it had a child's name on the front, but I think it's so sweet. It would be so cute for like a little kid's room or a baby's room to like, maybe books on or something. Why do I like this? This would normally not be my thing, but there's just something about it. It's so darling. Made in China. Oh, this is a gorgeous blue. Ooh, that's so beautiful. Let's see what it says on the bottom. Made exclusively for Montgomery Ward, the Whole China Company. Oh, that is so cool. $4. This is definitely not something I'm interested in selling on, like I was saying earlier, casserole dishes. But I want it for me if it doesn't have any chips. I might untape it and check it. He had chips. What a bummer. I'm not gonna, I didn't tape it all the way down. It was taped. It was over taped. You guys already know how I feel about packing tape. So I'm going to leave it partially untaped so somebody else can be able to untape it and see all the chips. Chips don't normally bother me, but these chips were like, chips. Like they were only going to get worse. Do you know what I mean? Ooh, that's a neat frame, isn't it? Look at that fancy bag. It doesn't have a price, but sometimes when something doesn't have a price, it's only $1.99 here. That's like the norm. Do I love it? Do I need it? I definitely don't need it. I have a ton of 8x10s. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it behind. So did any of you know that she was this valuable? I had no idea. And how comical is it that I was in the store and like, well, should I pay $4.74 for her? I don't know if she's worth that. I've sold left-in figurines before, and I knew that I didn't know they could be this valuable. And at first, when I first looked her up, because this is what happens. If you guys are resellers, I'm sure you know this already. But when I looked her up, the first thing that came up was the listing for $194, $191. I can't remember how much it was now. And I was like, yeah, sure. You know, that happens a lot on the internet, right? Where somebody has a tumbler from the Darling Effect. What is the Darling? Anyway, and they're like, this is a rare Darling Effect drink tumbler thermos, and it's worth $5,000. I paid $10 for it, but it's worth you know what I mean? So when I see things like that, I'm always like, okay, well, sure. I never look at the first thing as the comp anyway, like the actual comparable price. So I kept doing more research, and then I found there was only 4 others that I could find period full stop on the internet for, and they were all about $130 to $190. So then I went on, you know what, I want you guys to get to see her. Hopefully the camera's focusing. She's beautiful. She has no chips. She has some delicate little flowers. Look at her little green ballerina. I mean, how cute. Now I'm going to put her up. She's put away out of my reach so that I can't damage her. Anyway, so what was I saying? I was talking about pricing. Oh, then I decided, okay, I should actually look at sold comps, which if you're not familiar how to do that, I could put that in my video where I answer frequently asked questions if you're curious. But I went on eBay to search their sold comps to see if any had sold in the last year. And one very similar to her sold for $150 this year. So I think that is her actual value. But it's so high that it kind of shocked me. Am I making any sense to you guys? And I think she's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. But that blew me out of the water. I had one other thing this week that I was kind of buried in other stuff. I mean, it's not buried, but it's in... one of my boxes I have here that was a rare find that I got like a really good deal on, but we'll get to that. So my friend Julie did some sourcing for me, so I'm gonna do that first. Things are kind of all over the place since I've already filmed this video and I wasn't in focus. Anyway, things are disorganized, so I apologize now. Anyway, so she did this, they don't care about that shade. This beautiful, like, little floral diorama, whatever you want to call this, cloche thing. I think this is so cute. This kind of thing sells really good for me too. Like, what do you think? Maybe late 70s, early 80s. I originally, when she gave it to me, she thought I would want to use it like one of my own little art craft projects. Oh, there's the sun. It came back. Can you guys see me? Anyway, and I might still do that, but I am going to list it. So anything that I say is going to be listed in my Etsy shop is there already when you're watching this video. By the way, speaking of that, I've had one person, I think maybe the last 3 or 4 videos, reach out to me the day of the video like, hey, that picture that you were talking about the video, I loved it and I couldn't find it. And it had already sold, right? The artwork from my last thrifting video sold very, very quickly. And if that's you guys, if you keep going to try to buy something and it's gone, I usually list the stuff the day before a video. And I usually have videos, that's my plan anyway, that's how it's been in the past, every Wednesday and every Saturday. So things usually are listed either Tuesday afternoon, evening, or Friday afternoon, evening. So in case that keeps happening to you and you really wanted to get something or at least see what I listed before the video comes up, that's the secret. If things get through unbroken, it's a miracle. I'm so clumsy. So you guys saw this in the video. One of my reselling friends had actually had this in her cart. She was like, Jade. I actually heard her say Jade, and I was like, who's yelling my name? Could it be another Jade? Anyway, she was like, it's George Briard. You collect George Briard, right? I was going to get it for you and just keep it in my car until the next time I saw you. I thought that was the sweetest thing ever. So she had this for me, and yes, I did want it. And I do want to add it to my collection. My friend Julie also sourced this adorable little cross stitch for me. Hopefully you guys can read it. Are we in focus? I hope. Isn't that so sweet? I thought that was so cute and sweet. The bird is cute. The saying is cute. The frame is cute. Adorable. At New Life Thrift, I got this off camera. I had actually seen a woman had it in her cart. And did I go back and focus? Hopefully. And I thought, ooh, that's pretty. Good for her. You know, I honestly get excited when the people have things. I'm not really a jealous thrifter. It's not my deal. I'm not competitive. But then when I went up to the front of the counter, it was sitting there on the counter. I'm like, are you holding this for that woman? And they were like, no, she's not going to get it. She thought it was too expensive at $3. And I was like, well, I sure don't. It has a tag on it still. I think it's been washed too many times, so whatever the printing was on the tag, I can't tell who it is or who makes it. It does have a nice smooth bottom, even though it has a little bit of an indent from where it was broken off ever so slightly. If you can see that, if it's showing up. Anywho, so that'll be for sale in my shop. Anyway, so at Hand Me Ups, which, boy, did I do bad planning. Now that we have started homeschool again, up for the year, which is going great, by the way. I'm sure you were curious. 2nd grade. He's crushing it. He's doing so great. 2nd grade. But now we're not thrifting until later in the day. There's no like 10 a.m. thrifting. And so I forgot that Hand Me Ups closes at 4. So I need to plan that better next time. So I showed you guys some of it, but then I just kind of like rushed, to grab I found a few more things. But this gorgeous pottery, I don't know if it's going to be showing up quite on camera, like the color, the vibrancy of it. It is the prettiest, like somewhere between cobalt and navy blue. I think it's beautiful. And I haven't sold a ton of pottery. I mean, I've sold my fair share. But colorful pottery tends to sell better for me. I don't know if that's true of everybody with pottery, but really neutral tone things don't sell great. But I especially loved that the inside also had the color. And it's signed Adams. On the bottom. What would you use this for? Just like maybe shelf decor? Wouldn't that be cute on a stack of books? You guys know me and stack of books. Put that on a stack of books. But I feel like, if you use like a lot of cotton balls, you could probably store cotton balls in it too. Maybe. I got these books also at Hand Me Ups, and I'm going to be selling them as a set. You may be looking at them and thinking, those are not a set of books, but I wanted to show you guys this before I took the jacket off. If you look at this illustration, isn't that fabulous? The colors are fabulous. But when you take that off of the jacket, it's the same publisher. So it has the same kind of vibe on the outside, if you see that. So I feel like it would look really cool on a shelf together. I don't know either of these books. And books are kind of slow to sell for me. Like, it's not my #1 seller. Usually it's because somebody is looking for a very specific book, and that's how they, they stumble on my shop. Like, if it's like an author, so things like I've sold very quickly, like Bronte Sisters, Austen, Dickens, like that kind of thing. Things that are like old authors, but still very popular, if that makes sense. For example, that Louisa May Alcott book I got a few weeks back, after I filmed my video is when I actually did the research on that book. Or I think it was after the video. No, I don't want to quote that. Anyway, I might have already known. Nobody cares. But it sold for over $80, and I paid only a couple of dollars for it. But I had no idea when I bought it. I was just like, oh, this is a pretty book, and Louisa May Alcott, I like her. Anywho, so these will be for sale in my shop. I just realized my microphone was on the other side of the room. Could you guys still hear me? Hot Mess Express right here. Good grief, Jade. Well, not on the other side of the room. It's on the other side of the table. You know what, guys? I may not be organized, but I make up for it with quirkiness and forgetfulness and gumption. I've got a lot of gumption. Anyway, this adorable little, boy, did this clean up good. Doesn't it look so much better? It had quite the layer of gunk on it, like it had never been cleaned before, which maybe isn't true. Anyway, so cleaned up great. Keeping it, adding it to my own personal collection. Also, my own personal collection, this stand, I'm going to use it for like small plates, saucers, and then have teacups underneath it in my cabinets, in my kitchen cabinets. But I'm super duper curious if any of you know, because the fact that this end is different from this end makes me think that this had a very specific purpose. But what that purpose is, I don't know. So if any of you know, please, please, please share it with me. That's been one of the most satisfying things about doing YouTube videos is there's always somebody who knows in the comments. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, there was at Thrift World over in Council Bluffs last week, there was like a stand that had 2 notches in it. And then it had like it sat on just one pole, and I was like, what is that could even be for? It was like a little mini table that you put in the ground, and it holds wine glasses. It was like a fancy one for outside. And of course, a couple of you knew. And it satisfied my burning curiosity. Okay, so I just stacked a bunch of stuff on front of me. Hopefully it's not blocking your view. I don't think it should be. Anyway, so at Forever Yesterday, I ended up getting this, this adorable little vase. I feel like those look like apples, right? Like a halved apple. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. Hopefully you can, the detail. I wish silver things were more popular. I bought this knowing there's a really good chance it's not going to sell and I'm just keeping it for myself. And that's okay. But I feel like, did I already say this? So many great mid-century shaped things aren't brass or gold color. They're silver, they're pewter, right? And this was one of those. So I'm really hoping that gets to be more popular. Again, just fixed my lipstick with no mirror. I've got skills, but I don't know if I have those skills. So I have lipstick over here. Remember, we love me for my quirkiness, right? Not for my togetherness. So these candlesticks that I got at New Life, these I think are actually old. Usually when I pick these up and I look at the bottoms, I'm like, oh, okay, this is new. It's just a reproduction. But the felt, the older felt on the bottom of it makes me think that these are original. Beautiful, sleek, even though they're silver, I think these are probably gonna sell pretty quickly. I have sold sets like that in the past and they sold pretty quickly. Are you gonna stay? I hope you stay. This beauty, this cleaned up really nice because it was a little bit gunky. And I put a candle in it this morning when I was filming it to get it ready to list. It was so pretty, and it has a cute little handle so that you can hang it. How pretty would that be, like on a front porch or on a deck? Organized enough to take out pretty things just for an event and then bring them back in. I'm not one of those people. If something goes out on my front porch, it's living out there. I'm not one of those people. Anyway, this guy I've had for a little while, and now I'm ready for it to move on to everybody else. When I tried cleaning it, it looks like it has little flecks every once in a while. They're inside the glass. They're actually imperfections in the glass. It's definitely old. It's an old swung glass vase. I loved how bulky it is. I think they had felt on the bottom. I couldn't get this to come off. So I think they used some sort of adhesive that doesn't quickly unadhesive. if you know what I mean. This guy, I had so much deja vu when I was looking at it. And I don't know, I don't remember if I feel like if I picked it up and I had seen this on the side, that maybe I would have like recognized it right away. I don't know. But I've also researched Arabia pottery from Finland before because I love it. And I know that it's one of those mid-century dishes, plates, dishware, you know, that kind of thing that has, it's worth more. Oh my word, words. Oh, yeah. Anyway, plus I love it. I love the prints. I'll put up some screen, some of my big ones that I have that I'm hoping to find out in the wild someday. I have found some few pieces for myself that I'm keeping for myself, and I'm keeping this too. It's missing a lid, and that's okay with me. That's okay. I'll use it for something else. I'll probably just put it up on as a decorative piece anyway. What a deal though, 99 cents even with the missing lid. Not too long ago I found a little salt cellar that had one of the really like graphic mid-century prints on the outside, and it sold for $40. I think I paid $1 for it. That wasn't bad. Okay, so I was at a thrift store. You know, I live in thrift stores. Last week, so there are thrift stores that I go to that are off camera. For the most part, the reason behind those thrift stores, either they don't have a cart that Joshua can ride in, and you know, he's my buddy. I know he's not a huge part of the videos, but he's always with me, which I'm very thankful that I get to do a job that I can have my son with me, right? That he can go along with me. So if I go into a thrift store that doesn't have a cart, then I'm not filming in that because I'm more focused on him, right? Because he's the most precious thing to me. Or for the same reason, if I'm going to a thrift store that's maybe in a really sketchy neighborhood, then I don't want to film there because I want to be focused again on him and keeping him safe. So last week I was at a thrift store and I saw these from a distance. Now some of you, even on camera, you're going to know exactly what this is. So from a distance, I was like, that kind of looks like Italian Toleware. It's not. I'm going to go up to it, and on the back, it's going to have a Marshall's tag, or you know what I mean? Hobby Lobby. And as I got closer, I was like, no, that is Italian Toleware. And I got closer, I was like, it's for sure. You know, Italian Toleware has that really distinctive, like vermeil, right, on it. Like you can recognize, at least for the most part, I can recognize it right away. I hardly ever see it in thrift stores. The last time I saw a piece in a thrift store was maybe a year and a half ago. It was like two candle holders that had like crystals that hung off of it. I paid a few dollars for them and I sold them for a few $100s. And that's the same thing that happened here. I paid $6 for these. And I think these are worth at least $200. I only found one other set that was similar, and I think I probably put it up on the screen for you guys already. The closest. Speaking of Italian Toleware, so my good friend Julie, who, you know, sometimes is in videos with me, or not in the videos, but you know, is thrifting with me. She goes thrifting. Her parents did live down in Kansas, which just, if you're not familiar, is just below the state that we live in, Nebraska, and in like a small town. And she'll go to the thrift stores there and she finds all sorts of goodies. So when I say that Julie is sourcing for me, that's usually where she's sourcing for me. But she came, I went over to pick up some things from her house in her garage, and she had a large candle sconce, maybe 2 feet. And I said, Julie, that's Italian Toleware. And she was like, which I'm probably saying incorrectly, and I can guarantee somebody's going to correct me in the comments. What's funny is I don't mind being corrected. I really don't. But the thing is, when everybody says something different, then I'm like even more confused. Anyway, so we're just going with, we'll just say Italian. Gilded Italian vermeil. And I was like, you are not giving that to me. You are selling that. That's going to be your thing that you sell, and you're going to make a mint off of it. The only trouble with like selling something like this is I used to see, back in the day, I would see these much more frequently in thrift stores. And now it's hardly ever. And I know I've talked to you guys about this before. Being a reseller, it's hard because your tendency is sell, 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 right? Like that's where you go. So these worth a few $100s, I have to sell them. And I don't have to sell these. I can keep these for me. Whereas I have a tendency to sell, or keep for myself, not sell, keep for myself the less valuable things. And then later on I regret it. I have things I've actually regret that I sold because when am I gonna find them again? Now these I'm okay with parting with. So I am going to sell them, but I'm trying to be more mindful and thinking about, okay, keep things for yourself, buy things for yourself. I mean, my husband probably isn't thinking he's thinking, buy less things. I'm only joking. He doesn't care, you guys. I'm married and I'm not just saying this lip service, I'm married to the nicest guy. He doesn't care. And he doesn't care about how I decorate. He doesn't care. The only time he cares is when he's like, it's a furniture thing. And we're bringing in some huge, I'm bringing in a huge chair, and he's the one who's bringing it in for me, by the way. And he'll be like, where are we putting this? That's how he says it. And I'll go, I don't know. But I couldn't pass on it. It was too beautiful. This guy, have you guys ever seen these in the thrift store? I've seen coasters, boxes, lacquerware, but I have never seen like coaster sets, in the container. I've never seen an address book, let alone one that's never been used. What's funny is I still have a real address book. Even though, I got my first cell phone when I was already married, by the way, in my early 20s. Man, that feels old. So I remember address books, right? And I still have an address book, and I have everybody from my congregation, all of their names and addresses, because I'm always like, well, what if my phone breaks and I have to call somebody and I need to have that book? So I still have it. Never use it. Write people's names and addresses in it, never gets used. But this will be for sale for sure in my Etsy shop. I mean, one unnecessary address book is enough address books for me. These cuties, I have it upside down, yes. Love, love, love these illustrations. I feel like, hopefully you guys can see it past the glare. I'm pretty sure these are from a children's book. This one on the, on your left is, I think I see a dog ear here. I'm not quite sure. I think they're from a children's book. I found the children's book, which is gorgeous. What was it called? I put it up on the screen for you guys already. Something, The Rainbow Bridge, something, which the only copy of the book I found online was $55. But I think I said this in the video, I normally don't like matting in pictures unless it's like velvet matting. If it's like mid-century matting, it's like grass, not straw. I need more coffee and I need to be in focus. On the camera, sorry, I'm focused on you guys, but I need to be in focus. That's a different kind of matting. So normally if I really like a print, almost always for myself, I take it out. I take the matting out. I'm not a fan. But this matting, I love. There's something about the pale purple with the children's books. It really makes me think this was done in the 90s. Like there's something 90s about it. And I really like it. Framed prints, if you're a reseller and you're curious, framed prints sell great for me. And I find even though shipping things, I'm sure you guys hear me say that a lot, that I don't want to buy that. I don't want to ship it. It's too much of a headache. For some reason, glass in a frame, I find to be less breakable. I mean, I wrap it really well. Don't get me wrong. But I've not had, have I had issues with breaking frames? No, I've only had issues with casserole dishes and dishes. Now you guys can hear it. I don't have to edit out the background sign. Is it going to open? Here it comes. I don't know why that's so funny. And then the door closes. The fact that it's playing The Way We Were is hilarious to me, especially since I've mentioned it to you before, but I am not a fan of The Way We Were. The movie. Big fan, Barbra Streisand. Love Barbra Streisand. Love most of her movies. Love her voice, of course. She's iconic. But the movie The Way We Were, I didn't get Robert Redford's character, his appeal, at all. Maybe because, I'm married to the nice guy. I'm married to the wonderful father. So, to our son. The idea of Robert Redford, I was like, he seems disinterested and he doesn't like how weird you are. And I think you're great. And then at the end when he's like, sorry, spoiler alert for a 50-year-old movie, but if you haven't seen it, I mean, to be fair, you've had your time to see it, right? But at the end of the movie when he was like, how's our daughter? I was like, what do you mean, how's your daughter? You don't know how your daughter is? What kind of man are you? What? Okay, I got this also off camera, this sewing box. It does have sewing box great sellers for me. It has a couple of stains. It has one here and one on the front. Yeah, right there. I still got it because I think it's still really, really pretty. And I feel like it's not super noticeable. I mean, I pointed it out. I loved the color of the satin. And also it had something very unusual. It has a very hard plastic tray. Usually these Japanese sewing boxes, they had like a very flimsy plastic insert. And this one has like a substantial heavy plastic. It is chipped though on both of the little edges, but still, you know, it was used, guys. Somebody loved it, used it. Also, it had a baggie of all of the little notions. It's got some rickrack in there, some other little sewing things, and I'm gonna leave them in there because I don't need them. I have endless sewing notions. And I love that they were in there, and I also love when I find things like this. And it has all because if you love vintage sewing boxes, you also love vintage sewing things, right? Anywho's it's enough about that pretty blue sewing box. I talked about the George Beard. I just realized I set things down in a way that now I don't know what I've talked about and what I haven't talked about. Jade. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to my mother-in-law gave me, so she's doing the Swedish death cleaning, which is very like her. She's not dying. She is Scandinavian though. Well, of Scandinavian descent. My mother-in-law is American. But if you guys, I know some of you are watching from outside of the country, and from Scandinavia too. I know some of you are in Scandinavia. Most Americans, like my age and older, we knew our grandparents who spoke another language or had accents, right? Like I remember being in my great-grandmother's kitchen. She barely spoke any English. And she used to have this jar always. She came from Sicily, and she had this jar of spice drops. You guys remember those candies? I still crave those candies. Anyway, so it's for when we say, like, I might tell somebody, even though I'm not all, I mean, my ancestry is mostly Irish and Sicilian, but I have other things in there too. But you know, like somebody may say this is just for the people outside of the country, because that's got to be weird to them, don't you guys think? For you other Americans, it's got to be weird to be like, why do they say they're Italian or Irish or whatever? I think it's because of that reason. Anywho, so that was a long story just to say that my mother-in-law is of Norwegian descent. From Minnesota. She's from Minnesota. So she has like, and she's very neat. She's neat as a button. But she's going and cleaning all this stuff out. She was like, okay, I have stuff for you and Joel to take. Joel's my husband. And stuff if you want to sell, like stuff that wasn't important to her. And so we were going through all of her stuff. And one of the things that she showed me, she was like, I have some chairs for you if you want them. And they live in a condo, and we went into like their storage unit for the condo, which is also neat as a button. And she showed me you know, the cartoon where the hearts comes out of the cartoon character's eyes, like, ooh, God. That's what happened. I did not take them though, but I'll put up on the picture the set of chairs that she has that were my husband's grandparents, who were her parents, my mother-in-law's parents. I know it's confusing. Who like had very like mid-century taste, very sleek, elegant. I call my grandfather too. My husband's grandfather was worked in design, and they had fantastic taste. So I remember them having those chairs, and then my mother-in-law has the chairs, and she was like, "Do you want them?" And I felt like even though she is my family, it was very important for me to tell her how valuable these chairs are, which I think she already knew. We lifted them up and looked over, and they're made in Denmark. And she was like, "Yeah, but you know." She wanted me to take them, but she was like, we do still use them sometimes, like when we have company over. And I told her, listen, you keep these chairs. When you are done with them, yes, we want them. I mean, how cool will that be that 4 generations of my husband's family are going to have these amazing mid-century chairs? But I was like, no, you hold on to them. And what's funny is she was like, when I was like, Jan, these chairs are really valuable. She was like, yeah, but I think they stain the wood. And I was like, it doesn't matter. They're so beautiful. Anywho, so we were going through all of like the stuff that she was giving me, and some of the stuff I was like she had this cool like wooden, it's like a carved wood little bowl. It's not the fanciest thing in the world. And I see carved wood trays and things, but never like with this detail pattern of the leaf, if you guys can see that. It's like the lightest weight wood ever. It's so lightweight. She had she's very crafty and creative. She like makes all of her own clothes. She's very talented. And so she had this old little kit, this little like needlepoint kit. She's like, would anybody want that? And I'm like, oh yeah, I could sell that. Easy. I mean, I'm not gonna make a mint off of it, but I could sell it. She had this tray that she gave me, which I'm keeping for myself, which doesn't look like it was ever used. Isn't that gorgeous? It's Mikasa. And then one of my favorite things that she gave us that I'm also not selling, I'm keeping, because it's so precious to me. Like she had a little stack of pictures to give me, and I don't have very many pictures from my childhood, and especially not of like my ancestors, or she gave me some pictures of Joel's great-grandparents, you know. And I was just like, this is amazing. These are such treasures. Are you sure I can have them? And she's like, yeah, you're going to get them someday anyway. Take them now. But she gave me this old book that was hers from when she was a little girl. So precious to me. From 1958. I don't know how old she was in 1958. She was a little girl. Sorry, Jan, I'm outing you that you were born in the early 50s. But here's some, so she's neat as a pin, right? She drew all over this picture. And if my husband had known this when he was a little kid, he could have used this to his advantage. You can't tell me what to do, Mom. You drew on books too. But the illustrations, I wanted to show it to you guys because I think you'll love it too, since you also love things. You also love beautiful old things. They're gorgeous. At first I thought it might have been Mary Blair. It feels the colors feel very Mary Blair, but it's not. And I didn't recognize the artist's name. It's falling apart. It's not valuable, but it's very valuable to me, even with her writing her name on the front cover. Love it. So she gave me some of her things that were wedding gifts back in 1975 that I don't think she's ever used. This little like condiment set, you know, has the cups. I see these kinds of things in thrift stores, so it's not rare, but I love the squared off bottom. She even still had the serving spoon, but I told her, yeah, I'll sell that for you, no problem. This, which I know nothing about, I profess to know nothing. I have some mid-century knowledge, you know. I'm not the expert. You guys know that, not on anything. Makeup. I do. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I know a lot about makeup. But what was I saying? Southwest pottery, Native American pottery, South American Native pottery. I know nothing. It was signed on the bottom. I don't know. I haven't actually listed this yet. It'll be listed by the time the video goes up. But I don't know if this is worth $5, $50, no idea. She took out this casserole dish that she got as a wedding gift, and it's just a beautiful white casserole, or not casserole dish, sorry, souffle dish. And she told me she used it once, so this has only been once. And she got it in 1975, and I was like, well, this kind of thing really isn't love. And I turned it over and I went, oh no, yeah, I could definitely sell this for you. So it's Arabia, Finland. I did look this up, and it's like $30 to $40. But the fact that I feel like it was, she thinks she used it once. It doesn't look like it was used ever. Even though because she's so precise, I can't imagine her even getting knife and fork marks on anything because she's so, you know, pristine. She gave me this little, so cute, these little pewter mushroom. Are they not the cutest things? And she was like, do you think anybody's going to want them? They need to be polished. And I went, yes. They were just used and loved, and they're so darling, little pewter mushrooms. You guys know how I feel about mushrooms. Big fan. This little Japanese coaster set. How funny, this is so similar to the pattern on the address book. And it has 4 coasters. There we go. Coasters are one of my best-selling things, hands down. I have sold so many coaster sets, and I've sold this set before too. Even better that it still has its case. Okay, I've got this haunting feeling that I have forgotten something big. I do have one more thing to show you guys. She gave me some books too, and I don't have all those here because I'm pretty much keeping them all. Oh, except for one. Did I already show it to you? And I wanted to show it to you guys because this was my husband's grandfather. And his name was George, and it says, to George with love, Barb. His wife's name was Donna. And this was published in 1985. Now I say that was my mock scandal on my face. There was never, this was not from some scandalous thing. This was probably from a friend or a coworker, but it is in pristine condition, pristine. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and the Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. And from the looks of it, it was never read. So Grandpa he wasn't that curious about Sherlock Holmes, even though he was also precise too. Like they're the type of people, if I read a book, it's going to be a mess. But it could look like they're so delicate with everything. And what's funny is when my husband and I were dating and our families were meeting each other a long time ago. So we've been married for 28 years. I was so nervous. Now, I know his family so well now, but back then I was so nervous. You know, I come from this hippie family. I mean, my mom she's not the first hippie, but she is a hippie, and she's still a hippie. And I mean that in the best possible, you know, my first language is hippie. I speak it fluently. So, you know how it was like My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Have you guys seen that movie? Where the super straight-laced parents come and the family is cooking a goat in the front yard. Now, my mom has never cooked a goat in the front yard. But my mother would 100% cook a goat in the front yard, and it would be delicious. And I promise you. So when my in-laws, like, they're so, my mother-in-law is neat as a pin. I didn't know this at the time. I was so anxious about it. What are they going to think of my weird family? And they're so nice and accepting. I mean, they're so accepting of my quirkiness, and they were accepting of my family's quirkiness, but that's exactly what it was like. She brought everything out on this tray, and I could just see the corner. Hopefully I'm just showing you guys the corner of it. And I knew what it was right away. And I was like, what's that tray? And she was like, I think you left that tray at my house like 20 years ago. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Couroc. I didn't want to get excited because I've just in this last year started collecting Couroc, and which I called Couroc, but I looked it up and it's Couroc. Start saying things correctly, Jane. And it's one I super wanted. Are you guys ready? It's the owl, and it's amazing. It's even got like the little star inlay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love it so much. I'm so excited about it. And what's funny is like, I never want to take it. Are you okay, bud? I never want to take advantage of her generosity. You know what I mean? So I was like, with the chairs, I was like, no, I want you to keep. Do you want a drink? Okay, sorry. So I never want to take advantage of her, you know, her generosity. So I told her how much this was worth too. I was like, this is worth about $100. Are you sure you want to give it to me? And she was like, no, I'm pretty sure that you're the one who left it here. Oh, speaking of things that she thought I had given her, where did I put those? Anyway, I love it. I'm keeping it forever. I knew you guys would be excited for me. So excited about that one. But she also gave me, she thought she was giving it back to me. She thinks I gave them to her. These itty bitty little perfume bottles. She thinks that I gave them to her because they're Estee Lauder, and I used to work for Estee Lauder in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's when I was a makeup artist. That's one of the companies I worked for. And they're these adorable little perfume bottles. Now, vintage perfume, and which this would be considered vintage, believe it or not, especially miniature vintage perfumes are very collected. So I told her, absolutely, I will sell it. I will sell them for you. I mean, they have that Estee Lauder smell, that's for sure. Not my thing. But, you know, fragrance is so personal. I feel like I'm forgetting something to show you guys something, but it is what it is. And this is my second time filming it, and you're right. I think that is it. Yoshi just pointed to this bottle. This isn't a big thing, but I do think I forgot to show this to you. Did I show this to you? This little Avon bottle. Julie sourced it for me. It's got some wear and tear here. That is so funny. He wasn't even in the room and he picked it. Sorry. I'm not like a huge Avon collector. I collect a few things for myself, but anything that's brightly colored tends to sell really great for me. So when Julie like sent me a picture of it, I was like, yes, I want that. And what's funny is I always, do you want to smell it? I always smell, don't come on camera though. We need to keep the mystery. We don't want people to know what you look like. You're too beautiful. It would shock them all.
But some people do.
Oh, you mean when they come up to us in a store? Well, that's different. Then I get to see them and I know they're normal people. You guys are all normal people, right? Anyway, so I always open it up and smell it. What do you think? It smells nice, doesn't it? Usually when I open up an Avon bottle, I'll be like, oh my God, regret, 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 because they're so stinky. But this one smells amazing. It's honeysuckle bath oil. Anyway, so now I think that does it, even though I still feel like I'm forgetting something, but whatever. I hope you guys had so much fun. I had fun. I hope you will subscribe and come around for the next video. And Yoshi and I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.